hey, you remember how last time I ran out of energy and Wolfie gave me energy, he gave me Reginald, and then, you know, I had some energy, and then we went to the community day and there was so much energy, and it was just energy everywhere, and it was just like Reginald had brought friends, and it was just like intense, and yeah. Watch the video. Hello, my witches and wizards. This is Professor Rowan. Finally got the November Community Day done, and it was awesome. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone in my community. There were, let's just say, 2 fortresses worth of witches and wizards hanging out at the same table, which is a tiny little 3-person table, in the Lancaster Mall. We were able to have so many fortresses gone through. Because of the glitch that happened with daylight savings time, dang you, daylight savings, yet again, we actually were participating in the event from 10 a.m. our time. So we got an additional hour, those of us who noticed that it was happening an hour early and got there quickly. It was such a wonderful time. I still have about 100 energy more than my max energy. Simply from the amount of energy that we were gifted at the end of every fortress was exceeding the amount of energy I was using in a fortress because we were going through them so quickly and easily. It was great. Plus, you know, going up more than 10 challenge levels and all of those sweet, sweet spell books. Used all 40 plus of them. It was great. So, I hope you still have some rune stones left over from Community Day, because we are going to be needing them for the Brilliant event. So the Brilliant event is starting tomorrow, or when this video is going to be going live, probably later today. And it really feels like it's building off of both the last Brilliant event and our Community Day. It's, again, has a lot of synergy between what you're doing in the event and what your rewards are. But let's just get into that. If you don't want spoilers or anything, this is not the place to be. But if you do not want to know what the tasks are, I put information up about when I'm talking about the tasks, so just skip past those parts. First off, the basics. So the Brilliant event is running from November 19th at 11 a.m. local time till November 26th, again at 11 a.m. local time. This one will have a 4-part task, just like our usual events, and it will have a bonus task to complete if you get everything else done with time to spare. As usual, we will be having event-only 3K port keys. The port keys you pick up this week will only be giving you items for this week. The port keys you picked up last week will only give you the items from last week. Yet again, the 3K port keys are going to be taking us to Umbridge's office. Make sure you turn the audio on when you're in there. You can hear the cats. It's so creepy. There will only be one person that we are going to be running into in the wild, and that's Mr. Arthur Weasley. Now, just like last time, the other Brilliant items will also be appearing in wild during that time, so you might have to go through a lot of Tonkses and Mad-Eye Moonies in order to find the Arthur Weasleys that you need. Since this particular Brilliant event, this particular portion of the Brilliant event, is focusing on those who work at the Ministry of Magic in England, the rest of everyone, Mr. Weasley and everyone else we're going to mention, are all people employed by the Ministry of Magic. So you will be receiving Percy Weasley as a event task reward, as well as Constance Pickering, the young lady who's been helping us through most of our Statute of Secrecy work. The 3K port keys will be giving you the Brilliant Daily Prophet, which is a wizarding newspaper in England as well. And this time, the Wizarding Challenges will be giving you one of 2 different brilliant foundables. You can get from a Wizarding Challenge either the Flock of Ministry Memos, so the pile of paper airplanes, or Hermione Granger. Now, you can only get Hermione Granger and the Flock of Memos by using the Brilliant Runestone. You'll be needing 3 of each of them. So you're going to be using the Brilliant Runestones in the fortresses a lot in order to get everyone that you need. But a lot of these tasks also require you to be in fortresses, so make sure you're using those Brilliant Runestones in time. Before we get on to the tasks, there was one other thing I wanted to mention. During the week of the Brilliant event, you will be getting bonus challenge XP in a Wizarding Fortress if you are in the Wizarding Fortress with someone else. It's focusing yet again on that whole stronger united concept. Now on to our tasks. So for task 1, you will need to do 3 Wizarding challenges, defeat 5 foes in a fortress, and add 1 friend. Now, I'm very grateful for all of the friends I got through YouTube last Brilliant event, and honestly, Wolfie was a little upset that I made so many friends and he didn't. So if you want to send me a friend code, my friend code is in the previous video. If you would like to send Wolfie a friend request, or you sent me one last time and you need a friend, here is Wolfie's friend code. The rewards that you will receive from part 1 is going to be 500 Wizarding XP, some portrait lenses, a spell book, restricted tomes, and ingredients for brewing an invigoration draught. So guess what we're going to have to do in part 2? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in quest 2 of 4, you are going to have to brew 2 invigoration draughts. Surprise. Use 2 invigoration draughts and defeat 5 foes in a fortress. So the only places you can use invigoration draughts are fortresses, so you can easily feed 2 birds with 1 scone, making sure that you're using your invigoration draughts while you're defeating those foes. The rewards for this one include spell books, a dark detector, Re'em blood, and Abraxian hair. Alright, pop quiz, students. What do we brew with Re'em blood and Abraxian hair? Oh, and you'll also be getting, that's when you will receive Percy Weasley. And now part 3, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you know the answer to your pop quiz because you're going to be brewing, that's right, 2 strong Stimulo potions. You will also use 1 dark detector, which is handy since you got one in the last task. And you need to return 5 high or higher threat foundables. We do know that several of the brilliant foundables are high or higher threats. So it should be relatively easy, but if not, that dark detector should also help. This will be rewarding you with restricted tomes, spell book, brilliant family XP, and a feet standing on a toilet? Animated sticker. Okay. Part 4 of our quest is going to have you in a lot of fortress challenges. You could potentially do all of this at once, but it might work out if you try to space it out a little bit, especially if you need to take a lunch or something. In this, you will need to brew 4 healing potions and use 4 healing potions. And as you know, you can't use a healing potion unless you need healing, which is why I suggest you try higher levels for the last part of this task. You need to do 3 different fortress battles. The rewards for this one will give you a Flurry of Memos portrait sticker, the foundable for Constance Pickering, 5 restricted books, 50 gold, and a spell book. And now for the bonus assignment. It's like extra credit. For the bonus assignment, you need to defeat 30 foes in a Wizarding challenge. If you accomplish that, you'll get 3 spell books, besides the spell books that you will probably get from the challenge XP, especially the challenge XP bonus if you're doing it with someone else. You see where I'm going there. You also need to return 30 high or higher foundables. That will get you 2,000 Wizarding XP. And the last is you need to be in 15 wizarding challenges in the fortress, which I'm assuming you will get those 15 while you're working on your 30 foes. They kind of feed into each other. Doing the 15 wizarding challenges gives you the code to the British Ministry of Magic's guest entrance. If you complete all 3 of these, you will get 100 brilliant XP and an ID badge. It will say your Stronger United Ministry ID badge. So there you have it, my witches and wizards. All of the tasks that you need to do to complete the 4 main parts and the bonus part of this brilliant event. The brilliant event, this one, is very focused on fighting in fortresses, just like our community day had been. And like our community day, you are going to be getting XP bonuses, not regular XP, challenge XP bonuses if you're doing it with other people. So please make sure you're trading your friend codes first. I strongly suggest that as soon as you see this video, if you haven't already done so, get your invigoration drought brewing now, so that all you have to do when you get to part 2 is collect it. Remember, first it's going to be 2 invigoration droughts, then it's 2 strong stimulo potions, and then you have to brew 4 healing potions. So use the time that you're brewing the pieces that you need to collect next time to collect the ingredients you're going to need for the other parts. Also, remember not to collect the potions until you get to that part. You can have that strong stimulo potion sitting there waiting for you for a day and you don't need to collect it, because it counts as brewed when you collect it, not when you tell your cauldron to brew it or put it in the queue, but when you collect it. Even though the 4th task requires you to brew healing potions, the 3rd task does not give you healing potion ingredients as a reward. So you need to make sure that you have enough ingredients to brew 4 healing potions. That one, you're kind of on your own. Also, if you find yourself a little strapped for runestones because maybe you spent them all on Community Day, if you are finding yourself strapped for runestones, go out and find brilliant foundables. We know from experience that brilliant foundables are kind of everywhere during the event. Those are easy to collect enough of them to go up a level in the brilliant event. You only need, even at your max, 40 brilliant XP. So defeat a bunch of foes. That should hopefully be able to give you enough to get you a brilliant runestone. And if you use that brilliant runestone and get, say, Hermione Granger, then that brilliant, you will also get from the fortress 10 more brilliant XP, which you can use towards getting yourself another brilliant runestone. Hopefully this will feed into itself and be able to keep you going. The brilliant runestones are going to be easier to get a hold of in case you're really strapped for runestones than your regular ones, because it's, 40 XP versus 100. If you need to find friends for tasks 1, there are websites that will help you do that, but I strongly suggest trying to find friends in your area, simply because that way you can potentially meet up with them, get the bonus XP and challenges. You're going to be in the fortress a lot. It's going to be in your best interest to try to do those with others. So Meetup and Facebook are probably going to be your best bet for that. Our local community has a Facebook group, and that's how we were able to all get together for Community Day, and it worked very well for us. So try to find out if there's a Facebook group that's in your area, or if not, your immediate area, like if you live in a really small town, see if perhaps there's one in an area that's not too far away for you to drive. Like, I live in Salem. I know there's a very large community in Portland. Maybe on the weekend I'll drive up to Portland. I don't know. We'll find out. So, my witches and wizards, it looks like we've got a lot of work ahead of us and a lot of battling to do. If you are finding these videos helpful, please like, subscribe, share. As always, keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your wands ready. I'll see you in a fortress. Enjoy!